Welcome back to day 2 of Spotlight Series Americas and our second elimination of the day. FlyQuest Leviathan, that's still a mouthful. I've got to find a better way to shorten that. Versus G2. The winner moves on tomorrow to play in the grand finals to face Cloud9, Shopify Rebellion. Doug here alongside Mel and a very special guest, Valen. It's so good to have you on the desk, bro.
So
How
good
are
to be
you,
here.
man?
I'm doing great, man. Had a packed off season and just excited to be back in LA. Excited to do this stuff, practice. It's been a good time.
You look good. You look good. You've been working out?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
off
can
season,
tell.
you got to, right?
I can tell.
Yeah.
You stop grinding in Val, you start grinding in the gym. You look good.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Mel, I would love to very quickly get your thoughts on this match. Just the one that we just saw very quickly, something that stood out to you for Cloud9 Shopify Rebellion there.
I mean, the second map, I feel like Lexi just took over. She said, I can get the assists, I can get the kills. Like, send me at them. But jokes aside, I think it was actually a pretty good team effort. Ascent is looking really dominant for C9SR, and I'm happy to see them in grand finals. No bias, obviously.
No bias.
I have no vested interest in that.
No bias. No bias, she says. Yesterday, we got to see the return of Demon 1 to the stage, and to the surprise of nobody, he hasn't lost a single step. Valen, did you get to watch some of his highlights from yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, one round that sticks out is when he just ran out Garage on Haven versus my team and just one bullet 3 people. Like, he's back in form. I feel like he meshes well in this Leviathan squad more than his previous, and I feel like this dynamic of the Game Changer players, but also the VCT players, they just look like they're having fun out there, and he's looking like he's shining. This clip right here. I mean, and we're seeing him on the Phantom too, so
no, that's so
he's
close,
been experimenting, right?
Are you on the Phantom now with the new buff?
A little bit, some maps, map dependent.
Okay, you're not gonna leak like one map, so you're gonna keep that in.
Bind Phantom, I'm dropping 30s. You know?
Oh, leaked scrim stats, leaked.
I was talking to Sean Scaris yesterday, and he was actually pointing out some of the intricacies on how they were using Demon 1 in previous rosters versus some of his championship rosters. I think it'll be really interesting to see how he looks. And speaking of Demon 1, we do have Lace, who's going to be subbing in for him today. Mel, Lace, a player you are very familiar with. We've gotten the chance to see her play in Frag for so many years now. What's one of the things that you love about Lace?
I think she's incredibly versatile. I mean, I think that's why she's just such a great sub. She subbed for FlyQuest at GC Champs as well.
Yeah.
And she played phenomenal. Yeah, she stood out. She played phenomenally well. I mean, she's always to me, she's always been a great player. Her mechanics are top tier as well. Her comms, I mean, her energy, you see, I was literally about to say energy, she's screaming. Like, she brings a lot, so it's gonna be interesting to see how exactly they slot Lace in. Is she gonna be playing controller? Because I know she can, but I wonder, are they gonna keep moving some stuff around? Because I know FlyQuest Lab have been playing off-roll.
Yeah, she has the adaptability and the big agent pool to be able to run whatever, so that's important when you're bringing in a sub. So likewise, I'm excited to see how they slot her in and how she performs.
Yeah, and this is something that doesn't necessarily show itself in the server as much, but getting to talk to Lace, she has such an infectious personality, right? It's just easy, it's contagious, everybody's just kind of happier when she's around, so that's a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to see, again, is she going to be on controller? How are they going to utilize her into this series? Because this is a big one. We did see Tex back in the duelist role, and he played a whole lot of ISO. There were 1v1s left and right, and he won almost all of them, if I'm not mistaken. He may have won all of them.
I mean, I used to play with Tex. I always know his 1v1 mechanics are like some of the best in Valorant in general. So when I saw him on ISO, I knew what to expect. It makes sense. He's just so good at peeking these angles, like dissecting them slowly, and he's really fast. He used to be an Opper before he was a Sentinel, so this role fits him well. Yeah, and unfortunately, he kind of put my team down with this one, but hey, we'll get revenge today.
There's something, and I love this tournament because it allows us to see things like this. I hadn't spoken to or interacted with Tex very much. He's funny. He's hysterical.
So
I'm watching some of the clips that we have of him, and I'm like, this guy's really freaking funny. I like Tex. So
did you see the clip of him talking about how Trent bought his dream car? Please tell me you saw that.
Trent told me about it. Trent told me about it yesterday, and I was like, dang, dude, that sucks. But
it was actually so funny. That's what I love, seeing the personality of the players. I feel like sometimes you really don't get to see it, but seeing it in like Tex and like Dodona and Sonder coming on like the desk earlier, it's just so fun to see. I mean, it seems like they're having a lot of fun with it too.
Yeah, it's normally all business, but we can kind of let loose a little bit for this event and enjoy it. Speaking of this event, that was a terrible segue. FlyQuest Dodona has moved into the Sentinel role, and it works. It works really freaking well.
I mean, if there's anything, you could probably talk on this with Leaf. Like, he was I think it was Best Duelist in Americas or something, voted the year before he was on your team, and now he's himself is in the Senti role. I feel like Duelist could slot into Senti really easily. I feel like so much of it is mech dependent.
Yeah, I feel like the Senti role, in my opinion, it's pretty easy. I would say it's very
bro. Sentinels everywhere are twisted right now.
It's straightforward. You know, you put your setup down and then you just focus on aiming. And for these mechanical players, like in this case, Dodonut or Leaf we were talking about, I think it kind of simplifies the game for them, and that way their mechanics can shine even harder. They're not in the entry role and forcing to make map space. They're just kind of sitting back, trade fragging, and you know, that's like the best role for a mechanical star, in my opinion.
Right? I feel like it's so nice when you can just trust someone that's so good at mechanics. Like, bro, you go over here and do your thing. Go A, we're gonna go C, and if you get kills, we'll come back to you. Like, I know you're good for your one or like not dying instantly off rip. So
also,
it's nice.
The pressure when you're facing against like a mechanical star Sentinel it's very pressuring. They could just walk up on C on you or take in these lurk fights. It's always risky to peek, and so when you have that like kind of aura in the server, it definitely adds up in your favor.
Bro, I hope you realize you just got put on like permanent Sentinel duty. By the way, comments like that, like there's no way they're gonna let you live that up.
Control is easy too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Control is easy.
You know, speaking of the impact that Dodonut has had, let's listen in to the comms and hear what Oxy had to say about playing against Dodonut. He was pretty vocal about this. Take a listen.
Damn, Dodonut's insane.
That's all he wrote.
Right, a man of many words, very eloquently said, and entirely true. Dodonut is insane. We've talked about Dodonut the entire weekend. The impact that
there it is.
Dodonut's insane.
has had has just been immeasurable.
I mean, it's like we were talking about on the Sensi role. You just let them do their own thing, let them roam free.
Wait,
I honestly, Dodonut.
Dodonut's insane.
Why did I think you actually didn't know what I was talking about? I'm like, yo, am I tripping? No.
All right, continue. Dodonut.
I mean, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if. So I can't do it. Oh, there it is.
You gotta say the name.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dodonut would be playing
Dodonut's insane.
Yo, who's controlling this?
I love Valens like looking around too. He's like, where's the voice?
Who is this guy? Where is he at?
No, I wouldn't be surprised if they had her on like Cypher in the upcoming season. Maybe on a map or two where Sonder plays Raze or Sonder plays Yoru.
Yeah.
This is complete speculation though, I don't know.
Are you expecting something different from the aforementioned player whose name I'm scared to say?
Yeah, that player, I think.
Dodonut's insane.
We didn't even say it!
I mean, I think she's gonna do great today. Hopefully not too great, because you know I'm a little biased for the team here.
Right.
Between the two of you, I've got enough bias, man. They say casters are biased. You guys cover us all.
And we were talking about Yoru. I mean, we saw some Jonah P. Yoru yesterday.
Yeah.
We
He was
did.
kind of cooking. He takes a lot of like funny ults. He's like the funniest Yoru walker. He'll just like ult behind someone and take
Directly
the fight.
behind them.
Directly behind them. It's kind of funny to watch, but I hope he has a good game.
Yo, wait, why is that? Could I ask? I mean, if you've talked to him at all, he just doesn't want to be on breach holding
They figured out the
opportunity?
comps like probably 30 seconds before they walked
30
out.
seconds?
Yeah, they were just going out there and picking comfort agents. I mean, Jonah was working on his Yoru a bit in the
Wait,
offseason.
leaks?
He was working on it a little bit.
Wait.
For some reasons I will not mention.
Interesting.
So we got to test it out a little bit yesterday.
I mean, Yoru is a funny character.
He is
He's
funny.
got funny ults. It was all funny. All of yesterday was funny, quite frankly. Let's take a listen and hear what FlyQuest's Sonder and G2's Leaf had to say to Ender ahead of this match.
Thanks, GB. I am here with FlyLev Sonder and G2 Leaf. Same question for both of you here. You've played a bunch of games yesterday. Everybody has played every team. So my question is, who has been your favorite or least favorite team or player to play against?
I'd say my least favorite is probably Oxy. That guy is just trying way too hard. Every single corner I'm in, stunned and it's lit on. Like, really? We're playing Neon. Like, why?
All right, Leaf, same.
I mean, she stole my answer, but I guess I'll go most favorite. I'd say just Tex, because, you know, like, he's just a funny guy.
All right. You heard it here. The game's going to be amazing today. Do not miss them. Back to you.
Yoru's funny, Jonah P's funny,
Tex
is funny.
Hilarious.
We're just full of jokes
Yeah.
around here. This week
vibes.
we're getting to see Leaf back in the duelist role, and you know you mentioned it earlier. He was voted as the duelist of the year a couple years ago. It transitioned over, but the guy's still a freak. I mean, he's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those players that he actually just has God gift to this game.
He really does.
He can play any role.
Yeah.
you know, being teammates with him, I've seen him play actually every single position because we tried out different things, and he can do it all. He has great comms as well, so when he's on Duelist, he's not only fragging hard, but he also puts in a lot of great input. And I remember you guys were touching up on that yesterday when I was watching the game, like how good his comms are in those listen-ins. So yeah, I'm a big Leaf fan. I'm happy that he's on my squad, and I mean, the numbers speak for itself too.
You were mentioning a Leaf a lot as, you know, maybe one of the best teammates you've ever had. How does he compare to Jogamo? Is he as good? Is he better? Is he worse?
Hands up. No, they're both great, right?
But who's better? Is Jogamo better or is Leaf?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one.
On Duelist or as a player?
As a human.
Dude, that's a messed up question, bro. Let's talk about Duelist. All right? Duelist goes to Jogamo.
Yeah, never mind that Jogamo's sitting right there. I put you on the spot, bro. I had to.
No, yeah, I think Duelist role, I mean, Jogamo is like the best in the world, right? Like,
You don't need to say that because he's there.
he's right there.
Yeah, you don't need to
The
gasp.
chip behind his back.
I got you, bro. They're both great, but I would give it to John for Duelist.
Speaking of teammates, yesterday Trent was rated the top player for G2, and again, for good reason. I think Trent, again, just continues to show the impact that he has, regardless of what role he's put in and regardless of the situation, Mel.
Dude, this guy is so consistent, and I'm gonna sound so like a broken record, but like, does anyone else think Trent is underrated still? Like, how am I still saying that in the year of 2024? I mean, you've been teaming with this guy forever. You know what he brings to the team. I feel like I've seen him be this young gun, and now he's evolving into this more like veteran player, dare I say, more comms heavy, like we hear it in the listen-ins. And I wonder, how is it for you balancing having people like Trent and Joan on the team who are very vocal and Leaf at the same time?
Yeah, I would say, honestly, you hit it right on the spot about Trent. Like, he started off when he first joined, just a young gun, not calming as much and just putting up numbers. But as the years progress and as he gets coached up more and more, he's starting to understand the game in ways that even like my eyes kind of open up a bit. He's very smart. One of the smartest players I've ever had to play with and had to play with. Like
the privilege of playing with.
Yes. And yeah, so I would say you hit it right on the spot. Like, he's getting that veteran presence. Even though he's young, he just understands the games, the ins and outs like nobody else. And you saw like they were kind of avoiding him, but once they went B for the first round, he just aced with the Odin. So, you know, he's locking it down in the server.
I mean, he's been a gift to the teams that you've played on. He's been a gift to Valorant, and this is another terrible segue. It is gift-giving season. Oh. You like that?
That was good.
Was that bad?
That was good.
All day, man. All day.
Thank you. She hated that. I could tell she hated that. Yeah, I'm curious to hear what the desk has on their list this year, as we will talk a little bit amongst ourselves, and then we are going to take a look at G2's holiday list, because again, 'tis the season. I love what we've done to the place
cozy,
too.
bro. What the heck?
Did you guys put the heater on? It feels a little warm.
Yeah, production moves fast back here, bro.
Good.
A little graphic, and then all of a sudden, we're in a giant, what is this, like a mountain lodge?
It looks really good, actually.
It really does. No, it really does look good. What do you guys have on your wish list for the year? I know y'all want something.
Silent.
I mean,
We went silent.
My wish list.
bro, he's scheming too. Do you see that? He's got the.
I want a spotlight trophy.
Okay.
Much like you, Blood thinks he's on the team today, and he's not.
When we win that grand final tomorrow, I'm running on the stage and I'm lifting like I won.
Like 6th man of the year. Spotlight.
What about
Give
you,
me a
Mel?
title in the game.
Bro, honestly, see, I have no skin in the game. See, now I feel like it's to be a spotlight trophy because Cena and Saracen. So, you know, I want a spotlight trophy too.
Whoa, what about like a fifth?
A fifth?
Yeah, a fifth.
A fifth for what?
A fifth
team.
player. Not
Oh,
a
for
fifth
my
of like,
team.
not that fifth.
Wait, who's getting benched?
You just,
No, I saw some news.
yeah.
Oh, bro!
There's
Yo,
I thought we leaked it for a second, like it didn't come out.
Bro,
Wait,
there's
wait.
no way.
Yo, no, I can't. I can't comment on that legally speaking.
There's
I
no
can't
way.
comment on that.
All right, let's take a look at G2's wish list because we've lost the plot here. Here's how this is going to work. We've asked G2 players to make a holiday wish list, and we have to guess what it is that they actually want. First up, we're going to take a look at Mimi's list. There are going to be 3, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, then I'm a liar. 3 that are false, and one of them that is true. We're going to have to figure out which one it is, and if we're wrong, then everyone's going to make fun of us for the rest of
No
time.
pressure on you. I get to
Electric
know every single
toothbrush, smart vacuum, Bluetooth headset, and a yoga mat.
one. Okay. So one of these is not on her wish list.
No, one of them
One of them
is on
Got
the
it,
The
got
other
it.
3 are false.
Okay.
I'm gonna say smart vacuum.
Smart vacuum?
That's the real one.
Wait, does Mimi do yoga?
No, I'm gonna say Yoga Mat. 'Cause
Right? I was kinda
she's like
leaning
a
Yoga Mat,
wellness like she's like athletic. I see her in the gym.
You think she's got
But
one
look,
already?
She might already have one.
But then why would she need another?
You know, she needs an electric toothbrush then. I feel like that has been the biggest like bang for buck investment. I say
Me
investment.
too.
It was
Me
20
too,
bucks
actually.
4 years ago.
Wait, $20? I got the nice one. It's like $80.
Okay, yo, what the flex?
Change up the settings, like
yeah,
lighten.
it's got the, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
All right,
that.
what's the guess? We got to move on. Production's telling me to stop talking
I'm going
about
for
my
toothbrush.
teeth.
Personally.
Toothbrush?
Personally.
Vacuum.
We have to, there has to be a consensus. Can we disagree?
Oh,
We're going with Valence.
I'm down.
No?
not vacuum?
Not
What
the
could it
vacuum?
be?
Wait, now I feel bad. What if it was the toothbrush?
I know Mimi better than you. What the heck? Oh, it was! Let's go. Mimi,
Yo,
I
my
got
bad.
you.
right.
We're like this, twin. We're like this.
We have very quickly learned in the 5 minutes that Valent's been on the desk that we can't listen to him anymore. Let's take a look at Amy's. That is next. She joined us on the desk yesterday. Hopefully this means we got to know her a little bit better, and now we know what she's going to say. You weren't on the desk for that.
I
For
wasn't.
Amy. Never mind. This is
She
all.
was here.
This is all on me. We've got neck pillow, a wireless mouse, lip gloss, and sunglasses. Which one is true?
She has a mouse already.
She has a mouse. She
But
probably
everyone
has
always
lip
wants
gloss.
another mouse.
You guys are
Some-
always wearing sunglasses. I don't know what sponsor it was, but you guys
Oh,
always have
yeah,
sunglasses on.
Oakley.
See, I had to
Well, that was free, by the way. All right, we got to pick one.
I'm thinking it's the first one, the one on the left. Yo, which one was
Yep,
it?
the one on the far left.
one on the far left.
Run it.
Yeah,
Lip gloss. That's what we said. That was on the far
Oh,
left,
yeah.
right?
I think that was on the third, but we'll
Wait.
take it.
It wasn't. We've had a good time. Let's send it down to the stage to get this one started. Again, it's going to be a banger, and you are not going to want to miss it. The second match of Spotlight America starts right now.
The second spot in finals is up for the grabs, and first to the stage, it's G2! Demon 1 might be out, but Lace with a 4, the super sub is in the building. Give it up for FlyQuest Leviathan!
G2 Esports against FlyQuest Leviathan, elimination on the line. The grand finals waiting tomorrow. And again, if you are just joining us, yesterday was a bit of a different flavor. This one has a little bit more to it. It is going to be a best of 3 as we take a look at map bans here in just a moment. Again, FlyQuest Leviathan with the sub. We got to touch on that again. Demon 1 no longer in the ring as Lace has taken his place. Valen, I would love your thoughts on this. How do you, a late second roster change like this, it's already kind of been puggy. Are you expecting much, or do you just want to keep it simple here?
I would say it's not the worst conditions, considering that both teams are probably just going out there and having fun without much practice. Obviously, it does kind of suck losing such a star like Demon 1, but
Sure.
Lace is up to the challenge. She's performing well like every tournament she plays in. These map videos are pretty funny. Usually G2 is banning like Ascent, but they went for the Abyss ban, just get it out.
It's interesting. I was talking to Jovi yesterday, and he was pretty candid, and maybe this is leaks. I don't know. If it is, Jovi, don't hate me. but he was talking about how like we're gonna pick the funny maps. Like we want to go to Pearl, we want to go to Abyss, we want to keep things like weird, I guess. And so when you think about that in that context, it makes sense that they're going over to Pearl map 2. But map 1 being split, is there anything in particular you're expecting, Mel?
Nothing in specific, but honestly, the only thing I am expecting is for FlyQuest Live to keep being weird. Because they told us they want to play off-roll, they want to experiment like Calm was saying yesterday. He's like, get me out of Sova jail for one day.
Saw Yoru in
Let me
there.
get on Yoru. Yeah, literally.
Live,
so
yeah.
expecting to see goofy comps.
Ooh, Trent back on Raze. Haven't seen this since Ascension.
Whoa.
Let's go.
I feel like we're rolling back the clock here a lot.
We are.
Trent on Raze, we've got Sage back in the fold on Split. I feel like we haven't seen that in forever. On the side of FlyQuest Leviathan, we'll see if,
Calm
there's
on
some
Yoru.
silly there. Calm on Yoru and then Tex on Chamber.
Yeah, this is a bit of a throwback here, seeing Tex on Chamber and Trent on Raze. I think both comps are pretty good. I'm excited to see how he implements the Chamber, considering the buff, like, not recent, but more people are starting to pick up Chamber on like these type of maps. So, I mean, who better than Tex to pick it up?
I mean, you've got a couple of really cool TP spots for Chamber. Given how the map is kind of laid out, you can get away with a little bit and then tuck back to safety. I imagine we're going to see a lot of abuse of that. Is there anything that you guys can think of on the side, on the opposite side of the stage that can help punish that?
Considering that G2 only has Sky as their initiator, it's going to be difficult because the Chamber is going to try to eat up all that utility from the Sky, TP out, and then from there, you're going to be a little dry on the site hit. That's the goal. And other than that, he's going to be taking deep lines, giving information to his team. So I think that's going to be one of the most pivotal agents for FlyQuest Lev, especially when they move on to that defensive side. And for G2, I think their keys, they have Sage and a Sky, so they're going to be more explosive in their map control. They're going to slow one side, dog up, and take those early duels. And I know Trent is... he's good on those early duels, so I'm excited to see him fly up and take those fights.
It's just funny because Trent is like on the Sova, you're typically like second, third in.
Yeah,
like, you're really never taking those first engagements. So it's actually crazy to me how he still has that dog in him. Maybe Jogamo is looking down on him like, hey.
He got some tips from you.
Jogamo mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, I am being told that on the way out, Golden Boy decided to mess with the show. And so we have a very slight delay. He's just going to go out in a blaze of fury no matter what. It's the Golden Boy way. Mel, Valen was talking about how, given some of these compositions, we're expecting Chamber to have pretty significant impact. Are you expecting him to be able to do a bit of the same? Do you disagree a little bit here? Because Valen promised me 30 from that Chamber role.
I mean, no jinx. I think Tex is going to farm, though. Like, the comp that he's playing against, if he plays it right, like you were saying, Valen, like, they have hardly any util to push him off lines. He should be getting a ton of first engagements. And I'm also looking at Calm on the Yoru. Like, the thoughts on Yoru on Split, we rarely see it. I want to say I've seen it maybe 3 times since the maps come out in, like, a pro setting.
Yeah, I can't think of the last person who did that.
In theory, it's going to be so annoying to play against their comp because they have 2 agents that can get out of jail so fast. Like, oh, Yoru's here, dump util. And there goes our Skydog.
Yeah.
He's out. Oh, and there's a Chamber right behind him. Like, it's going to be so frustrating to play against. But I feel like the Yoru kind of looks good on paper on Split, but we haven't really seen it played ever in favor of Raze and Neon.
Yeah, and what you can expect, I feel like out of the Yoru is a lot of cross-map TPs, so it's going to force G2 to slow the game down. If you play really fast pace, you're going to be running into Chamber, and that Yoru is going to have a TP up to become the 3rd man on site right away. So if G2 plays it right, I'm not there to call, but I know they're still smart, they got it. You guys got to slow the game down, try to manipulate the rotations a little bit out of the Yoru, and from there, once you get the TPs out, go for your hit.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you mentioned that because I was thinking a little bit about how Split is designed as a map and are there any pretty aggressive TP lines that Yoru can take? I'm thinking like from market all the way into events or something like that you wouldn't necessarily expect as far as having TP lines and then util dumps, and I mean, who knows? They really can abuse that.
It's a bit risky because they're not running a breach with the Yoru, but there's a lot of deep dives. Like when you're on attack, you can TP into backside B, which is a bit insulated naturally, and also when you're hitting the A side, it's on the left wall alongside Hell, where you can just TP deep. One of the best teams that I saw implement this Yoru was Fnatic back in the day. Actually, they were running
way
double
back.
duelist.
Yeah, it's a throwback.
And they had Durkay on it, so let's see if Calm is Durkay here. I don't think so.
That's a crazy statement, yo.
I mean, that comparison happens all the time, right? Calm and Durkay. I don't see why that wouldn't happen. And then again, on the other side, we talked about the Yoru, and honestly, Calm has been playing the Yoru pretty well throughout the weekend. He's been talking about him wanting to call from that role. I think, again, given that Yoru's going to want to take some of these aggressive lines and play around misdirection, I would think Calm's going to be setting himself up here for success. Mel, would you agree?
I mean, we all know Calm likes to flank. We saw bro TP behind them about 4 or 5 times yesterday.
That's true,
Literally
yeah.
ulting behind them, flanking. So I think it works out well for him.
And this is the spotlight tournament. So for a support player like Calm on Sova to hop on the Yoru, he's trying to show off that, hey, I'm not just a support guy. I can hop on the duelist and carry my team. So hopefully you can pull that off today. Actually, not hopefully, but maybe
Yeah,
you will.
maybe. Hey, not too much.
Again, Lace has joined the stage, going to be subbing in for Demon One. Meanwhile, we're just a few moments away from kicking this bad boy off. G2 up against FlyQuest Leviathan. You see Mimi there on the screen on the side of G2 as well, as it looks like, I don't know what would be happening on the phones that the reps are just like texting, maybe scrolling TikTok
That's what I was thinking
before
too. I'm
things
like,
get
yo,
started.
what's going on over there?
Calm, chilling.
Get
Laughs
into the
all around
flow
there.
there.
Everyone's laughing. Everyone's having a good time.
Oh, it's a reclined seat too. That's not normally a good sign. You know when you crank that seat back and you're chilling.
You're chilling. You're
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah, that's
See,
not.
you just gotta get the headrest too, and like I could fall asleep in this chair.
You're a
Not gonna
headrest.
lie.
You're a headrest type.
Yeah, like I wasn't before. It would bother me like laying
Yeah.
back, but when during tech pauses like this or like tax, I'll move the headrest from the table, put it behind me, back it up.
Take a nap. Lock
Yeah,
back
I
in.
mean like Aspa style. That's the go right there. So
And that's why he was in your flashback. Wait, did you do your flashback, Valen?
Yeah.
you did.
Who was the pro?
I play like Aspas.
You got
Let's
Aspas.
go! Let's go,
Wait, I
dude.
think this. I'm starting to see the correlation here.
The resemblance.
The IGLs, we
you
just,
were questioning getting Aspas, but I said it made sense. Now Valen getting it too. I think this makes perfect sense. Our teams are locked in, so let's send it over to your casters. It's a duo of Lemon Kiwington. That is wild. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Doug. Yeah, we're working on the duo name, and I brought some props because I thought we were gonna need some Chet today.
Yeah.
Just
Boom.
that's the only Bladestorm you're gonna be
Bladestorm,
seeing today.
But not refreshed. Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
I didn't hit anything. But this is a rematch from yesterday, one of the most intense ones.
Yes.
Where FlyLove
Yes.
won in
And we get some
overtime.
split.
And I feel like FlyLove has been flying under everyone's radar. Because everyone thought G2 and C9SR, but FlyLove, they take some good wins.
It's been crazy. Dodo Nuts going ham out there. Even we heard Oxy saying it. Sonder, Com, everybody's been playing well, especially Tex out there. Got a little Tortuga on the screen and bring out the turtle as always on the split. Thank you, observers. But yeah, we're about to get into this best of 3 second win of the day to see who'd be moving on.
And I heard there's a Sonder fan club in the house. Well, where's the Lace fan club? She's coming from the UCI collegiate team to come in, and she subbed in for GCC for that one match, and she is not feeling the pressure at all.
No.
She's here. She's always a positive spirit for FlyLove. They'll lead this offense with her flashes. See how much of this util G2 can eat. There is the 2 flashes and the double swing on a G2 as Tex teleports out. Sonder exchanges. FlyLove have to fight tooth and nail just for this site. It's Amy above and beyond. Couldn't get down the rope as FlyLove take the pistol.
Yikes, some big shots coming in there. We saw Tex hitting a lot of the chamber headhunters and FlyQuest able to just gather up the last few kills. Seeing the chamber come out as well, he had some good ISO play yesterday where he was able to just get people in those 1v1s. So we'll see if he stays aggressive on the chamber, keeps those shots coming. Nice aggression as they head into sight, but 3 swing on that right side to defend. Yeah. Wasn't going to be enough with Tex coming through. All right, so Dodonut's on 2. Guardians there already, starting to build up the ult. And it looks like they'll leave the spike down here for second round to absorb this bit of early pressure.
And safe pressure too, like FlyLove isn't going for these wide swings off that flash, and G2 have 4 people walking up, and that's kind of the stack you need to do with pistols. FlyLove though, they take control of the perimeter. They have a 3-2 split, and it's this you're already in position for FlyLove, and if anything, you can see Kong going on a flank. So G2 with mid, gonna pivot towards A, maybe hearing some shots from Tex earlier on, gets G2's attention. They're rotating all over the place, but now they know they have to re-clear through B. The plant is going through, and it's Jonah P that has to enter through the back to shut down the comp flank, and that's a good start. We're left with a 3v3.
There's another one
Excusez-moi.
from Tex. Yeah, excusez-moi. And Chambers, coming back a little bit here and there. Chambers not going to hit the shot. It's got to be about the flare. So if you're not hitting shots, Chambers not on either. What is this last double swing out? Dodo Nut gets one on Jonah P. And Mimi's going to try to clean up 2 and defuse.
Okay, you know the Raze's back sight. Mimi's gonna try and isolate this duel and not worry about Heaven too much. And that's a tough one against the Guardian. FYLV with anti-eco.
So another B strat, only kind of tempting mid a little bit to see what G2 would be doing defensive-wise around the map. Not that it mattered much for a full save, but still trying to get a read on what that pressure might be for rounds to come. Nice retaliation there, nade kill and whatnot, but Tex was set up for a quick circus shot as they ran across the doorway.
Oh my god, nice round, babe.
Damn.
That's a C9S. Is that the C9SR impression? I love it. Sandra got to be one of my favorite personalities. She actually jump scared me in the makeup room, and I'll tell that story later. I'm hoping she tries to be scary in the game this time. We have 2-2 confrontation at B main, but also needing to keep track of mid as Leaf sits in vents with the Vandal. And Tex kind of heard from the desk he wants to draw out that util, take an early duel. Looking for just that against Trent, who spots now 2 HP for Trent.
Headshot. Trent on the raise too. We haven't mentioned much of it, but we'll have to see if we can bring in the power. Trying to retaliate with that low health, but Sight's already getting swarmed here. Dodonut opens it up.
It's another B hit for FYLV. It ain't broke, don't fix it. And Calm gets the pressure back Sight now with the help of Dodonut. They're gonna take all the space they can. Now that backside cleared, all thanks to Calm. A lot of good real estate in FYLV's favor. Smoke's in place. The only concern left is mid. And right below is Calm and gets spotted out from Leaf. It's not over yet. Here's the flash in. The drop from G2. Jonah P is firing on all cylinders and bit of a choke from FYLV. Lace in a 1v3. This round should have been secure for FYLV.
Who are they gonna give it to? Yeah, over to Trent. If G2 do grab around, I was wondering, Lemon, is it really gonna repeat itself that much that Fly will take off? We're gonna get this 9-3, 10-2 first half and G2 come back? No, they start early, way earlier this time. Round 3, they finally get a bonus for themselves here to change things up from what they were suffering yesterday. G2 on the board here to try and make a mark for it. Nice shots, good teamwork on that drop in too. Just be behind each other. They're getting swarmed in the site as they have the same ability to do back end.
Good job.
Yeah.
Great push from mid from Trent and Jonah, and FYLV just need to win the easy rounds as G2 stay in their shadow. They'll try to hold on to B main. Amy with the slow. Is gonna get that raise in, even with that jump peek. No, she made contact with someone. It's FYLV hope for that re-peek, but G2 aren't gonna give it to them yet.
Just cleared over towards A, so G2 actually has pretty good info that no one's at least pushed up far enough to make an impact. So you see the rotation out from Jonah P back towards screens. And this timing is pretty decent for what Fly want to fake. Since that spike still sits at B, they should be able to run it back here. Oh, so now they're making noise across the map. This could be a tough one to actually execute.
That wall confirms there's still some action at B. And you still got the attention of G2. There's 3 on the right side of the map, so it's Mimi and Amy.
Right.
Mimi.
And look how they can slow it down.
Yeah. Mimi's gonna play as safe as she can, hoping for rotates and the teleport in, and an absolute wall metaphorically created by G2. Even despite being at a number disadvantage, G2 just win their duels.
Yeah, a great identification the whole time. And the wall going up there from Amy, shot right away, meant that any noise towards A was equalized by that noise towards B. No rotations out of G2, and they just slowed that entry to B to get back get into position. Nicely done. It looked like such a calm round for them. They were swinging back and forth on that B entry, but never really pressured here as you see them standing tall.
Okay, they did Yoru clone thing.
Yeah, they gotta really watch out for the Yoru clone because it's been the same site for FYLV, but in different approaches, with different paces. Not exploding in anymore, keeping that sentinel on the left side. FYLV identifying that, trying to see what they get from here on out as Calm shut down by the showstopper over at A.
Spike's still down. They are deep onto enemy lines right now, trying to pick up weapons before anything else happens, and they are dropping left and right.
It's really solid Angle holding by G2, awaiting for FlyLev at every moment, and these are stronger and stronger rounds with a resurrect into the next round for G2.
Very true.
It's a streak for them too.
Yeah, being able to bring someone back means that Trent can get a little freaky on this next one if he wants to go hard. They can protect the body, then pick him back up and go for a second hit. Hero's already won, got the tail of Calm on that fake. And yeah, really great teamwork as they exit out into mid. So I think G2 have... Let's hear him again.
Good job, Jonah.
It's just the cackle. Just they're in it now. They know they can start to be evil with some of these plays. And we're going to get a pause out of FlyLev here. As I was just saying, G2, they were not in the market of going fast right out of the gate rounds yesterday off the rip. And here it seems like they're more comfortable with pursuing that and really putting the pressure on their opponents right away.
FlyLev tried to go for the default. They can't get Calm activated on those solo routes. They can't explode into B no more. And Amy is switching her position on the defensive sentinel from walling off B garage to now walling off A and kind of faking it and leaving a chance for Trent to go for a showstopper satchel play. That was really cool. You could tell that G2 are having a lot of fun. They're always giggling. And they got 3 ults coming into the next one, including Seekers from Jonah P. That's the one I'm looking forward to.
And that's almost like Fly has to come out of this round with aggression right off the bat. If they run the clock down on this, you're just going to see Jonah P Seekers at some point like you called out, and then they know the map again, which is what won them just the previous few rounds. So I expect a bit quicker of a round here by Fly to activate that defensive pressure from G2, get them scared, get them to Seekers, and then Lev hits where they want. And see if it works. Easier said than done. They are spread out across the map with the spike down. Should be a... Oh no.
What happened there?
Whoopsies. Definitely forgetting about that angle, I guess. And they're now going to clear towards A. So mid isn't watched during all of this. That could be the crux here.
And the dog for Jonah P gives Trent the confidence to want to continue taking duels, especially in a 5v4. G2 have a great start to this round. The FlyLev have mid control, and they want to coordinate that pinch with Sonder. Cosmic Divide's going to seal in this fight, and it's just the 2 from G2. Showstopper in. Trades favoring FlyLev. Seekers on their way. Is going to hit FlyLev from behind. They should have time to get a plant, and they're securing that back door, shooting down the Seekers as they come in. G2 taking multiple angles. Satchel's ready for Trent. He's not going to be able to use it. Calm is a menace. And Sonder gets the last 2K. Post timeout, FlyLev have figured it out.
Sonder in time after the timeout in sight. Great work by the team of Fly here. They get more pace. It wasn't fast, it wasn't slow, but they were continuously pressing W, and a 4v5 conversion here with the help of Sonder's ultimate, or the Dodona ult as they get in, and the rest of the follow-up here by who else? Flank Calm as well in the situation. And to get that spike down. Jovi is pumped after that timeout. And you mentioned it yesterday, Lemon. After the FlyLev timeouts and the Jovi chats, they've been getting the rounds back.
And I was a big fan of Calm yesterday, playing the Yoru on Haven. He was setting up the team like they were just going on adventures. We called it adventure time, not summer time. It was adventure time. They were just throwing all kinds of shenanigans around and executing it perfectly. It was so much aggression on Haven. And they're trying to dial things back on a map, of course, like Split. They've been able to trade blow for blow, but just being able to execute quickly on the site to seal in using that Sonder Cosmic Divide to take the fights early and quick before rotations from G2 come in has been the secret ingredient for FlyLev's success.
We have the tech pause for Gears. You see Calm sit back, relax as we get his audio sorted out and get right back into the matchup. Lev bring it 3-3 here. And I think we've seen just about everything except for a full-on A hit or mid to A. So A has been quite neglected here. It's something G2 is going to start taking notice of. I think we might start seeing a little bit different setup from them too.
And with Lace's Seekers coming up, they're going to get immediate info of what is the weakest site. And hopefully you've picked, it's a coin flip. And they're hoping not to encounter someone like Amy and also Leaf on this Viper, kind of like a pseudo Sentinel. You just don't want any delays. You want to be able to follow up these Seekers and kind of use them as bait. So hopefully they choose their next site well, because it's been hard to really track G2. They've been really adapting and changing things up well of where they're setting up their sentinels and their defenses.
So we've seen Amy be at A with the wall, late wall towards B. Having that Sage X is really the only thing I think that Fly really need to be worried about at the get-go. They can dodge that. They really have nothing else hindering them getting into sight. Yeah, you walk through maybe a flash or a Trailblazer you can shoot or some Viper stuff, but otherwise nothing's grabbing you like a trap, right? So they can identify where Amy is. I think FlyQuest will be much better off just in the round on that advantage and then furthermore, but Amy has been tucking back and hiding, if not walling right away. It looks like they might try to wall right away as we see on our screen there. Hovered towards A as we're fixing up the tech pod still, getting comms audio sorted out. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, the best of the first of 3 here in our second match of the day. We have Split, Pearl, and then Sunset. So actually cool, we get to see Pearl again. So, haven't had the Split, so I'm excited to get the rest of this one.
Even Pearl from FlyLev's pick, they lost that to a C9 SR, but in overtime. And you heard it in the back rooms, like they felt like they should have won that. And that was FlyLev's only loss, was to the team waiting in the grand final. So FlyLev definitely deserve a lot more respect. And you heard from Vic in the interview that, oh, with Demon 1 not in the lineup, he's favoring G2. And so far, this has been a very tight race to that grand final.
Hey, I'm still believing. I had Lev on prediction. You know, as we saw that come in, I was like, oh, do I waver? No, Lev. Let's see, I think Lace can bring it home and help the team as she slots in on this squad. Ultimates on that side, like you said, Seekers, Dimensional Drift is also there, so Com can do a little bit of seeking to see what's going on in the defensive side of things.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You got 2 Seekers, because Com's trying to go on these flanks, and as long as he doesn't get shut down as the barriers come down, you gotta be scared for G2. You gotta have Com marked as much as possible, because he's also going for fakes. As soon as maybe he's even gonna go for this fight. Sonder is down. Let's see how they handle this.
I can respect mid here.
There's a TP right next to me. It's fine. Just jiggle B main.
It's fighting.
One up behind
back main.
80.
He TP'd main. He TP'd like sewer. You guys can retake A. He has to re-walk up.
I can
Wall
run.
down. I'm gonna. Do you have wall? Do you have wall? I'm only mid.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna B-pop or some shit. They could be ropes like
careful
behind you
B-pop.
guys. I think. They don't have
Amy,
smoke.
just watch your ropes now.
I dropped off a
Ooh, I
rafter.
like
They could be
that.
walking up.
It's just
Holding
inside
heaven.
here.
Careful B hit now.
Back up one. Back up one.
You guys giving it?
Yeah, Sky ulted from
Okay.
deep mid. Let's hold the cross safe.
Let's retake heaven with my dog.
Satchel up B.
Out outside.
Hold your box.
Dog in heaven.
I'm following
Default.
dog. Close right.
Your raise.
Firing mail.
Go fencing open.
Holding.
Can we kind of go
I'll
fast,
see.
guys?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah,
I can nade sight like
Yeah,
main
yeah.
whenever. Ready?
Okay. I'm
3,
flashing towards
2,
pillar.
1. Satching out.
Flashing.
Hell clear. Under clear.
Backside maybe.
Fun.
Pillar.
Close. New box.
80 on there.
New box still.
Backside dead.
Nice.
Late.
Late.
Getting really top early.
He's hit 80. Nice. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, okay.
Nice kill.
That's the read, by the way. They're just doing 1-3-1, and fucking the Sonder just walks into B main on timing.
Just walk through this map.
Yeah,
She walked through your one way?
yeah.
They have figured it out. The masterminds, the chaos creators, they are just going B off this strat. And you can see how much they're reading and how much they're right on the tail of these executions too.
Getting their numbers back up with the res, and G2 want to match the pace, because like we said, the offensive Seekers really just propelled this offense right into
you heard
B, and
that.
G2 wanted to not play scared in those moments. They shot down the Seekers early, so now they just need to fight through that chaos, and really good duels for G2, so they'll take the lead for now.
Who's next?
Dimensional drift towards A. Yeah, everybody backs up for the safe play. It is going to be lower by here for FlyLev.
Here.
A lot of
Quick
good
pokes.
info.
All that B again. They feel super comfortable being able to get in here, and the way that their utility works in post plan too. Being able to dump nades in, the way they may be able to put chamber traps. That is. And again, Com flanking around mid with a bucket.
Oh, the dog
Comes
bit
back.
too, and there's the immediate follow-up from Mimi, and Jonah P with 2.
Whoa.
G2's execution, their retakes are so solid. FlyLev just had no idea where Jonah P was, immediately dog, and you heard it in the comms from G2 earlier, playing as fast as possible. Good round for G2.
Yeah, right? It was like, do we go fast? Yes, we do. Here's my nade. Here's my util. Everything so quick right now on these protocols. And they're being crafted in the moment by G2. You can hear really all the voices too. Leaf is kind of putting out the base question, you know, the idea that he would execute on. Really hasn't been any changes to it, so it's right as rain for me right now. The G2 squad is making it work in these roles. There's another fake clone. They got to be ready for it now. It's not the first one. You heard Leaf talking about it earlier. All right, 5-3 here. Set up towards mid finally, so G2 try to get early map priority by just making it the extremities.
So we have 3 versus 1 on the left side of the map, 2 versus 2 on the right. It's an important opening for FYLV, and there's a flash from Jonah P, and the finish from Amy. She'll be healed back up, and it's Mimi trying to stay safe, and just can't.
Wow.
And is at least trying to go 1 for 1, is not able to escape, and this time she's punished. And FlyLive bring it to a 3v3, and as Calm pushes deeper at the back of the map, G2 have adapted, and they're bringing numbers. Showstopper from Trent knocking at the front door. Dodonut playing hide and seek, and she's been discovered. And Lace is left solo and can't handle that. 6-3 for G2.
What pushes through? Amy with an awesome follow-up and to kill Tex there as they were trading back towards A. Really nice teamwork. Dodonut in calm with the gate crash and pressure into sight. That was super clean as well. This right here, yeah, just absolutely had him spun up in sight, and nowhere was the crosshair placement. Trent getting these ults out. They're like, I'm just going to walk it up. Fist bumps all around. They're feeling pretty good. G2's grabbing a lead. They really did not feel this vibe as much yesterday. They always had to fight for this. Now they have a little bit of cushion in these rounds. Let's see how crazy they get.
Yeah, Calm playing deep. That's starting to be figured out from G2. They're still going to go for it. They just take as much space as possible and catch G2. It's pretty back and forth. It's Calm sitting in vents, hoping to catch rotations as FlyLive start to make noise, dogging up B. And sometimes you've encountered Amy or Mimi in that B garage.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna rely on Mimi's smokes, now playing through mid, expecting the FlyLive mid push with a lower buy. And it's Seekers that confirm that info from Jonah P. And it's a deadly battle. The Sheriffs ring true. And FlyLive ready to explode into the side. Showstopper. Dodonut has to pick the corner. She wants to flush out well. And trades with Jonah P. Numbers for FlyLive, and they managed to pick up 2 Vandals. Plant 2v2. Amy trying to prevent it. Trent around the corner, but on the flank too is Sonder. And gets Amy. Trent knows there's a crossfire starting to build. Scares him away. Early pressure. Trent, what a headshot. Satchel out, and what an adjustment!
Holy, what was that snap from Trent? Had the walk up towards the top side of catwalk, and then he just kind of brings the crosshair down, and the bounce gives him the kind of the movement, the distance to fake Lace out for the swing. And I don't know how he found that shot, but that was incredible stuff to capitalize. 7-3, keeps a 4 or 3 round streak going, now 4. And yeah, G2 did quite a bit, or Fly did quite a bit to break through here.
But the fact that this round was this close of, what, a full buy versus
a
ton of Sheriffs. So FlyLive chose that route perfectly to go through mid and give themselves an easier time. And even though they were discovered by the Seekers, it was still FlyLive. Had some really good shots. Now you got a teleport from Mimi as FlyLive wastes no time. The red carpet right to A, and the Cosmic Divide to seal this in. FlyLive have had good success using the Sonder ult before, but G2's rotates were so quick. FlyLive weren't expecting this much sweat from the defense. But it's a 2v2. It is not over yet. Ramp controlled by Text. Oh, but Sonder removed from the site. Text won't be able to see this spike, so he's forced to drop in an unfavorable spot. Woo, 1 round left in the half.
Whatever G2 talked about yesterday to today and how they're cooperating, how they're executing off each other and using util to support is incredible. That's the first real A hit we've seen from FYLV, and it looks like G2 has been defending that round after round. Super simple for them. Left, right, making sure the angles are there. The cosmic divide didn't matter because a lot of the focus was already in sight for them to be able to defend.
Yeah, Sonder had to go for a safe plant. Because we weren't really expecting to have to push ramps and was hoping that Tex could fall back to the site. Just FlyLive not getting a chance to get settled to find their footing. For G2, they're matching their pace. FlyLive now with a 2-3 split, docking up ramp. Be able to safely cross thanks to that smoke.
Oh, no one's gonna peek this just yet, but one of the rounds now, FlyLive is just holding on to that spike. They do want to go if they get a pick off of this. They seem to know it's going to require something special, and that one misses just over the shoulder. Tex actually takes a significant amount of damage. And there's the spike.
And Sonder's left behind because I think maybe Tex was trying to reconnect with Lace to get heals, and this was a bit disjointed from FlyLive. The spike's in a bad spot. Mimi has smokes and place it right in FlyLive's path.
The moment of patience, just taking your eye off the ball for a second. It seems like there's a few errors going around on both teams now. 8-3 for the final round. Can Fly make it 4 though? This one is tempered a bit, but the action's about to hit.
Oh, Amy with the double showstopper from Trent. Now it's a 3 versus 2, and FlyLive still need to get the spike. 20 seconds left. No util from FlyLive. This wall is just letting G2 spray through it. FlyLive have to clear through the site, and G2 will let them have the spike, but they won't let them have the site. And Trent delivers 3 pivotal kills for a 9-3 half for G2.
I feel like the brains of G2, everybody working here to realize what was going on. We heard Leaf saying it a bunch of times. You know, Mimi was getting vocal in there. Jonah P offering that mid-rounding. And they were just able to dissect what FlyLive were doing in the mid-round because they weren't doing much at the beginning. The spike was always dropped, and G2 had time to set up that big defense.
Just combining Lace with Donut at these early duels and Tax going for peaks, dude. This has been such an exciting game so far, but G2 will be leading it by 6 rounds. We'll see how this concludes after the break. Donut might be insane.
Yeah.
Do we even have that sound cue? I love what they did on the desk for that, and I love that she's gotten more and more comfortable on a global stage like this, but she's gonna need to turn up for FlyLive in the biggest of ways, because G2, there's something special about Jonah P and Trent setting each other up, being aggressive the way you can trust Mimi to play solo, for Amy to have these fantastic delays along with Leaf. But G2 are the ones that have to execute now that they're on the offense.
18-7 Trent vibing on the Raves. And kind of a switch around for everybody here. Obviously, they've played these roles, but not in a professional situation. Trent, easy classic to start on to Tex, make sure that Headhunter isn't going to do too much damage on the round. And now it's a hit towards A, fast into the site.
Woo, flying high, come. Doing what he can, has to reload, and it's Donut, the savior from heaven that sends the enemy to heaven.
Might be
and
insane.
G2 are cut at the heel. They're gonna try and pressure these members in heaven, and Donut almost gets an ace that round.
Dodo's nuts! That's crazy! 4K to start us off as well, getting talked about there on social just because it's been that good throughout the series. We're only on the first map right now. This has been incredible. Dodo's trying to bring up that Raze competition here versus Trent for game 1, and we're here for it. All right, second round, 2 Outlaws out, so Fly is actually looking to keep this one set back, and they do not want to get rushed in by G2 here.
G2 gonna rush again. Even started with that first blood on Tex, and this time it's the Outlaw from Calm, and an exchange as G2 want to get up close and personal. Trent could not close the gap. Mimi and Mimi making noise, and weren't able to pace up with Mimi's paranoia. FlyLV holding ramp well, but taking a step back as Donut relies on the Guardian. G2 deep at the back of screens. Only have to worry about that high ground. And it's smoked off for now, so you've slowed down the potential retake and try to keep sights focused on what is open, which is the back of screens. You just saw the bird and the dog, and it's Jonah Pete down. And Mimi maybe thought they crossed at the back, and you thought there was a crossfire, thought they were set up for trades. A great retake from FlyLV just flooding in.
3K from Mimi to take him down, but yes, FlyLV flood back in. They keep a few of those priority weapons up. See what they trade into, if any. And it is 5-9 now here as they stave off one more round from G2. Going to the next one. This has been G2's streak going into second half, so if FlyQuest can keep this going, maybe they can deflate a little bit of that momentum that G2 is riding so high on right now. Good defuse. I think we saw that traded over as well. Donut is 2 off of ult as we come into this bonus round right now.
Yeah, just such a small window of opportunity, a small lapse where Mimi just looked away for a second. And they got broken up, they got divided, and that was the window to engage for FlyLV. Speaking of this defense, they got a split watching over mid with a dog. Little spot. Donut, at least with the Guardian and Vents, it's still something you want to respect, and with the smokes, G2 want to pressure back this Guardian. Now the sky's the limit on where they want to pivot to next. Now you hear the dog from the left side, so you know where that initiator is.
It's going slow. It's like they hear the dog, they want to hear something on the other side, right? It's kind of like you're investing a utility to hope to get a return, but it's very quiet. You're not getting that util back either, so the next one is mainly going to be a peek, or you waste one of those flashes. G2 over towards A. Fly, they are holding it right for now. See if this distraction pulls them away.
And meanwhile, you have Tex that's been on the flame, clearing through spawn, clearing through heaven, and shoots Jonah P in the back, who was really just a distraction in mid, trying to get info of where everybody was, and G2 have set up camp on A. But it's still someone within the sight. Sonder with the blocking! And now has the ghost in the back pocket. Leaf and Mimi clutching up, and now it's just 1 versus 2.
Mimi?
And Mimi at 10 HP versus Lace with 8, and the sub goes big for FlyLV.
Huge from Lace. She's like, all right, we got this. We're back. Okay, I'm feeling it. Just shaking it off a little bit. Feeling good. Getting that phantom shot in as well. You're right, the lurk behind, showing you just how active that Fly is trying to be on the defensive side. Got one of the best Buckies in the game doing work right here. Popularized by the dog himself, Dogmo, and Lace to clean it up.
Nice! Good job, guys.
The nice counter as well is going up over the weekend. It's been drastically going up. A lot of nice going around here at Spotlight Series Americas. Sheriffs and a stinger for the side of G2 here, as they are going to just look to be the train on the tracks and be unstoppable as they hit B.
Need that back. Ton of Sheriffs, stinger, just trying to gather orbs. You really don't want to be taking a long-range B main duel against a potential Vandal. Maybe you'll leave one behind like Mimi. You could always teleport out with the ult and FlyLab with the dog with Dodonut.
They read it. They read it like a book.
Send her to the asylum, man. Dodonut knows she has the better buy, knows she has the better shot. And she's gonna rejoin the team as G2 take control of mid to wrap around FlyLab, who have not just settled in Garage. FlyLab are hunting for blood. We still have a showstopper, but FlyLab are gonna slow it down and wait for G2 to carve that space, but because they're at it's G2 at the disadvantage.
Yep. Ooh, quick trade there. One up, one down. And now they're pinched. This is gonna be tough for them to get out.
G2 are taking too long to get the ball rolling and to clear things because FlyLab are not giving them anything. They cut all noise after that Dodonut exchange, and that gave time for FlyLab's A rotations to come through vents and to shoot G2 in the back.
Gotta be quicker. It seems like G2 is okay sometimes with that slow play to see if it's working, and the other team just takes advantage. So second, the record for most kills in a single map, 47. I wouldn't doubt it. Dodonut is insane, as we just saw.
Dodonut's insane.
Oh my god, yes, we got this out. I love you.
See, even Oxy said it. It's gotta be true. It's gotta be true. It's funny, that interview in the beginning of the day, the players, they hate playing against Oxy, but it seems like Dodonut may take that reign here.
Let's listen what Saunders cooking.
Where they dog? Can we walk mid? Oh. We're dogging mid, dogging mid.
Nice. I have a TP towards A.
Come back mid with ult. Come back mid with ult.
Okay, okay. We'll just converge mid. I'll be B main guy.
Not up. I think it's reset B main.
Can you give Star for B?
Yeah, I got you.
Three flood with Razor.
Smoke. Coming B.
Flashing backside. Come back, let's pop.
Dead.
Come back mid.
Come here, backside.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, Omen. Can we fight? Fight, backside.
One heaven. I'm pretty sure I heard
Fight the
one
backside
heaven.
guy. Nice.
Might have heard one heaven.
Maybe.
Might be fake.
Can you heal me?
I just TP. I'm towards A. I'm out.
Just get straight there.
Yeah, we walk
Walk spawn together.
Heard. Sir, I'm gonna hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good with retake.
I think we just spawn.
Yeah, heard. I'm gonna step behind you. Dinah. Wait.
Yeah,
3, 2, 1. Nothing.
Yeah.
Someone has spawn, yeah? Are we full AFK?
Yeah, I just said it.
Yeah, every left
down
arm,
to
every
spawn.
left arm.
I have a heaven.
30 seconds left.
Unless you timing. I have 2 stars for retake.
I have a nade, Satchel. Yeah, planning B. Planning B.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the Corbin? Yeah, we hold. They're gonna push. Yes, sir. Yeah, perfect.
When I just go out spawn and maul like that?
Yeah, they use one slow. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm actually down for that.
Yeah, I was due.
Alright.
I'm gonna peek heaven, okay? 3.
We should start running soon.
Yeah, we should. You can bait me. Come.
Here.
Come here.
Yeah.
I have star for a pot.
I'm flash.
Sunny pot.
I'm jumping. Push on 3, 2.
Go sorry.
Nice guys. Go, Karn. Let's go. You're heating up, bro. Let's go, bro. You're cold.
Nice round.
Let me get that.
Let's go, guys.
Yo, my armor.
Yo, deadass, I'm buying a judge every house.
You are deadly, bro.
The girlies are having so much fun.
Amazing
and then Calm's
stuff.
like, let me get the defuse though.
Yeah. But okay, me. Okay. Did you realize how much lace was coming in that?
Yeah.
Like absolute info, left and right. All right, I'm gonna jump. Waste me. I'm gonna go. Just use me for whatever. That is so selfless. What awesome play.
A little dance? Okay.
A little dance from Jovi.
It's happening. FlyLab have not given up, and Lace has been such a great substitute for FlyQuest, like so many times for like subbing in for Sonder or just anyone on these, and knowing how to role change because she's usually a breach solo player, has to be playing Skye, and she knows she has to communicate this info that she's getting with the dog, and it's the peak from Tex with the op. That puts fear in the eyes of G2, and that'll scare them off of B.
Spikes down. Trailblazer towards mid might get a peek out for FlyLab, so they're going to feel comfortable to rotate off and set up a little bit stronger defense and anchoring the sites. That'll help too. Texas bringing out the op. He also has the tour de force as well when he doesn't have the op, so just economy for them is great right now after these rounds being put together. Real spread out across the map. What kind of damage can G2 do now behind enemy lines?
Double confirmation that op is left side of the map. But Divs gives so much freedom for G2. Now with Heaven control after pushing through ramps. Great opening pick from Leaf. They can get him in a post-plant position with the pit. That could be everything for G2. to rally, hope and go, but it's Lace that got a chance to get into screens.
30 seconds left.
It is traded out, and now the op has time to get it back to the high ground, because G2 have given that up, because there's only 2 left. One with the Sheriff, they gotta play close, they gotta play for trades, and if they can pull off this spike plant, that could be big, and it's Leaf with the pit after the plant.
So good against the op here.
FlyLive, they're gonna maybe try and spam through it, but the pit is also in that back hallway, so G2 ring around the rosy. You heard the drop from the high ground with the judge. That's gonna hurt. Anytime they choose to pop out, and it's Tex that decays down to 4
lots
to
of
look
time
for something.
Last player standing.
And Trent is on the hunt with the judge, and it's just Tex that has to drop the op. A thrifty from G2 to get back on their feet.
Absolutely needed. And we've kind of been harping on them. Oh, the slow rounds aren't working. Fly's able to get under your skin. It's not going to happen. No, they finally find out the way that it works. It definitely goes to the last drop there with who is alive and how it's happening. But they get it towards A. It's a bit of a fight, and I feel like they're understanding what ground they can take a little bit more.
We needed that, bro. Let's go.
Very big round, a very big, especially a thrifty to get them going here. They didn't just have to wait for a gun round to come back up. Still fighting against FlyLev's weapons here.
It was all thanks to that pit though from Leaf. That was such a boon, and Tex has got to teleport earlier because he's been caught sometimes from G2. Now, thanks to the paint shells, G2 getting really aggressive. And Jonah P needs to live because the flashes are so pivotal. Of course, you have a paranoia from Mimi, and that's the one with the spike.
2 out of 4 still up there. Dimensional drift, they're gonna use it. Whoops. Figure out what's happening. You have 1, you expect to see the Viper, but seeing everybody else behind is really the key here. So now, Com's gonna be able to set himself back up. Oh, he's using a weird, oh, that's such a cool way. He stood by Amy so they could shoot at his body, and now they're in for the kill.
And FlyLev are a little bit late on these rotations, but Seekers, Birds, all types of util from FlyLev on this retake. Numbers are not favoring them. G2 playing together. Quick shift from Mimi. Takes care of the high ground. Lace on her lonesome. Important silver lining. They haven't planted yet.
Spike planted.
But just where they are, it's tough for Lace to get vision. G2 up to 11.
And they are up to snuff today. Not falling behind here. They were playing from behind 9 rounds, 10 rounds yesterday. And they have been able to keep control. This is definitely a different G2 and a lot more confidence here behind each other and in these duels that they have to clutch the rounds. Trent's been popping off on Raze too, so big props to him bringing out the duelist on this map. Just crested 20 at 23.
This guy just Euro ulted, there's nobody there on A.
I mean, they still got a kill. They still killed Amy. Come on now. Gotta give a little credit there. It was cheeky. It was cheeky. 11-8 though. They still need to do more. Leaf can talk it right now. They are up by 3.
Lace has no flash. It's just the dog. So FlyLev just gonna wait things out. Clone up to see who would shoot from G2. Dog being used over at ramps.
No take on the fakes. Leaf is very patient right now. He hears a lot, but I don't think it's only to relay what's going on to Mimi and Jonah on the other side of the map so they can get this mid game going. 1 minute left. Looks like Tex is kind of in a one and done here if he can't get out of this situation.
Tex open the crossfire.
No.
Oh man. G2 with high ground, Cosmic
Big res.
divide.
There.
Where's it going? Still heaven? This is the first time they're using ropes? I don't think we've seen any rope plays this game.
The res. I was like, what am I hearing?
But the Viper wall and hearing the res? Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. But G2 kind of stuck in the middle of the map, and as they take control to perimeter, the FlyLev just tripping them up. G2 will get a safe plan on the left side, but Trent holds it down, shuts down the attempt at a flank. Now, looking forward, stepping forward. It's Trent and Jonah P being proactive, coming down the staircase. There's a lot for FlyLev to clear, and it's just Lace, and it's just the shorty. G2 match point.
Trent with a little fake out as he bunny hops away, but walks a few steps back just to close that distance Lace thought was safe. Nicely played, getting in the mind of your opponent here. G2 with some really nice trades. I think something they had yesterday that we saw was in clutch situations, they would have duos that worked great together, right? Mimi and Amy winging 2v5s on Haven and the likes. Now,
that's my king right there, bro. That was good.
Now, it seems like they're getting the trades that they want. As a teammate falls, somebody's there to back them up, which is one of the things they were missing yesterday, which is why they had to try and win so many 2v5s or rounds from behind. Here, the teamwork is there, and they're flowing to start off this day of best of threes.
FlyLab take a timeout.
Yeah.
It is a best of 3, but it is do or die for split. And this is G2's map pick, and Donuts one away from the showstopper. They're gonna have a lighter buy. I see some Stingers, some Bulldogs, 2 Vandals. So it's about what kind of early play can you do with Dodonut? Can you kind of mimic what Trent and Jonah P are doing with dogging up with Lace and setting up Dodonut off that info? Or can FlyLab strike early and strike hard at G2?
Heart, your best friend. What's the other one? Oh, it's covered by the score. Dang it.
That's what's most important.
All right, we are back in. Possible game point. G2 taking split to bring us right to Pearl, or can it be held off? Will Fly keep themselves alive? It'll be a big round here, round from behind on their purchase. Looks like they will actually set up to get aggressive here, support a little bit of a peek from Tex on mid. See if they can get a kill first to start off.
So 1-3-1 from FlyLab. Already pings as G2 set themselves up for A, but the spike has been left towards the left side. So G2 trying to fake. So FlyLab clearing through ramp. Isn't going to see anything. They'll give them FlyLab a sense of security on that side.
Oh, quite a bit used. Was that blocked just by the wall? I think Leaf was able to dodge out on that guiding light, so they didn't get info from Jonah P. I'm sorry, from Lace on that. They are trying to move Tex around to get that first peek, though. You saw him in mid. Now he's at A. Had Trailblazer assistance. And look at the breadcrumbs they're leaving. Amy up in mid. This could get pretty weird for G2 if they have the good flank timing.
Yeah, with mid control, if Leaf gets an engagement, he could pull them towards the right side, and that is not good. The spike gets dropped in Garage, and FlyLab, an important 2v2-1 to salvage this round, to salvage this map, but they'll have to play flawless from here on out. But G2 with that mid control, they wrapped into B. They could come from behind in Garage. And FlyLab, knowing nothing's coming from spawn, the attacker spawn, they look back, paranoia from Mimi, she's solo and she gets hit from mid, from a reclear from Lace. 12 seconds left, this round's
10 seconds left.
I think Lace has been doing a fantastic job as well, having to insert into a team mid-competition of playing her life so well, understanding what's going to make it really difficult for G2 to capitalize on a quick advantage, and Lace kind of strings them along, puts the carrot on a stick and backs up a little bit more, and G2 almost giving up on those instances. We saw it just before when Trent and Lace were messing around up there on B Heaven. But yeah, really cool insert, great sub to be coming in here and definitely doing big things, especially with Calm at the beginning of the round, to make sure it works.
You didn't even need to use a showstopper from Dodonut. And this was a lighter buy with some Bulldogs, and now a Judge from Dodonut set up in mid. You're just relying on info from kind of a vanilla peek from Calm.
Yeah.
Not seeing much. For the dog P's, so you know Jonah P's at least through the left side will have one flash. You have one paranoia for G2. You have Leaf inserted on the right side, who's not had Tex peek him aggressively. Tex has been playing a lot safer, and speaking of safe, Calm is alive and well at 88 HP. Paint shells, G2 are a little paranoid with who could be coming out of vents now that that's not smoked off anymore, and G2 don't want to be caught in a crossfire. An important round for G2 to win, and Dodo with the Judge.
Basically stealing the ultimate back, now Dodo has one.
She hasn't even used the showstopper yet, yeah. spike planted at A. Smokes in screens. G2 have Heaven open. And there's ramps. There's a flank from FlyLev. Donut with the showstopper and conserves her life with a little bit of a jump back she got from the ult. G2 have to hold it down and spawn, and everyone's covering their corner. Everyone has to win their duels in the post play, and it's not working, and it's just Leaf within the site. And it's FlyLev buying these rounds up.
Was this recent FlyLev timeout too here that Jovi was calling? Crazy stuff FlyQuest able to recoup on. Get themselves moving. 12-10. A lot of these games we've had, Lemon, are going the distance, and we might get the OT on this one. Dimensional Drift is there for comp. We do have the Cosmic Divide from Sonder to come up on this round. Last time we saw that, usually as well, you take it towards A because it's easy to use.
One pump Trent rocketing.
It was like, bye, Trent. See you, bye. 27-17 Dodo Nut, 27-16 Trent. The Razes are off to the races on this one. Let's see what we have for round 23 and who can start to max out that score line. A low buy for G2 here as they're trying to just get one more point.
Oh, the Yoru was seen in vents but teleported back to Heaven on B side, so G2 think he maybe fell back to A. And no one is sent through A main, so G2 haven't found anyone despite that dog info. Dimensional Drift from Calm. Assess out where this offense is.
Oh boy.
The 2 push.
They're like, oh no.
And with Donut stepping up in A, FlyLev know that G2 have very little map control to work with, just the center. As G2 shift to their left.
Oh, sticky spot now for Tex. How's he gonna get out of this one? This is tough. Rendezvous is out. He's just got to make the shots count.
And Calm can at least spawn out one shot. And the flash!
So
Calm
blind.
just keeps stuffing through the choke into the wall, and G2 just set their sights. And the op is still in Tex's hands at the back. And it rings true against Leaf. And it's just Mimi that takes the spike anywhere but here. And plants 1v3 to win for G2.
Fantastic job so far. I think FlyQuest knew coming into this round that the Dimensional Drift would be a lot of what disrupts G2 here. You had the operator from Tex on B, so you're not really moving too much on that side. Let Tex make those calls if he needs help. And really calm, collected stuff here from Fly, being on game point for so many rounds. But G2 will have those weapons next round here. We're going to see Mimi finish this one out versus 3. And Dodo Nut will just find another Vandal headshot to make that one another round for FlyLev.
FlyLev have gone on these streaks, being able to keep
Crazy.
the op. Dodo Nut at $2,000 too. You got the Cosmic Divide. FlyLev, you cannot count them out. They've been underestimated criminally in this tournament. And they want to beat G2 again. FlyLev had a 4-round streak at the beginning of this half.
Oh, shit.
And a very nice
round, babe.
and a nice streak. Now they've built up towards 3, and it's a G2 timeout. How do they close this out?
Hey, you see, I think that says a lot. We see Sonder, they were down in the beginning. We still saw those kind of after round wins. And they're down right now. Game point. Probably could be going to second map if they lost any of these, and they're still vibing. They're still having fun here. It's just one round after the other, and that's how Lev's taking it to get themselves back to this OT. But we are going big bucks on this one. There's an Odin out for FlyLev, and there's an operator. Always get a little worried when you see that. If you're playing against a team who kind of hits the site fast, gets into a post plant, retaking with those weapons can be a little harder if the smokes are still abundant. But hey, they're the ones playing, not me. They know what they're doing.
Everyone is having fun. I can confirm that. So your hopes are coming true. And this wouldn't be a G2 map without going to at least 20 rounds.
For sure.
So hold on tight. They're paid by the hour, I would
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Look at that. A Raze is almost about to hit 30. Can they? That's the question. So that Cosmic Divide's still up. Obviously, it's going to be used this round. Tex Tex was given that defuse in the situation that he would be closer than anyone that was alive, but they may try to focus an orb or two here to make sure that's something they can use as well. Quick spams to start it off. It's loud right away.
Paranoia from G2. A bit of disruption to force FlyLift back.
Yeah.
And G2 are on the retreat, leaving the rest of the map open. No lurk.
This is so tough. What a consideration. They have to now consider, do we use util? Do you just repeat garage? Giving up a part of the map means you have to fully retake it. And that becomes scarier the longer you aren't there. Here, it's kind of restarting all over for G2, but that could help them, as they already used that guiding light from pretty far back to clear garage. So safe on the left side now.
I feel like Dodonut isn't one to walk up the same way that Trent has done on his defense, so Leaf is going to be waiting here a while as G2 it's just screaming right through mid, through the smoke. Calm is down, one set of flashes gone, one left, it's Lace, and only one guiding light. She looks to guide everyone towards Leaf.
All the way back. All the way back. This is a heck of a round. This is the hold shift strat. Just crazy all the way back. They made noise on the rope. Yeah, they're hitting hard here. 5 into sight. Nobody up the ramp.
Dodonut has a nade, tries to delay, divide, and conquer. Lace with a 2K. 12 seconds left. Will we see OT? G2, 3 versus 3. Up from Tex on the way. Plant will ensue. And off the Seekers, G2 came in with confidence. Now they hold ramps, they hold back screens, leave heaven open, just rely on smokes.
Ooh, they've split the op, the 2 Vandals head towards screens.
Cosmic Divide from Saunders! Trent! The ace for the win! And it's against an op. Tex stomping around, can't get the gun up in time! It's ace for G2!
Trent Hardaway, the fadeaways we just saw, the step backs, hit every shot. That's ridiculous. The stuff Trent pulled out this game is definitely what G2 needed to be able to get to that mark. 33 frags for Trent, 30 for Dodonut. The Rays delivered on both sides. Absolutely amazing. But G2, as the squad, they were able to figure out what they needed to do, slow it down, speed it up at times. It was tough to get through Jovi's timeouts, but they did so, and they were able to pick up split.
Yeah, G2 with the mind games, the pivot, the fake after fake,
just walk around the map super slow until the clock is red and then hit the site. That's your final strat.
That was such an amazing map, but you got to also appreciate the effort out of FlyLift to be down 3-9 at the half to almost sending us into OT. This was incredible. Up next, we have FlyLev's choice of map, Pearl, one that they lost in overtime against C9SR. That's also the team waiting in the grand final that beat our 2 oppositions here in the semi-final. I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening next. We'll see you for Pearl.